So, good morning and a warm welcome to all the participants. Uh, Very good morning to the participants who has joined in from India, and good evening to all the participants who have joined us from United States of America today for this pre-launch session on Element Futures on BSE. Today we are here to discuss about how Element Futures trading is going to happen, going to take shape on the platform of BSE commodities segment. And there has been a lot of work behind this launch, and a lot of deliberations, a lot of efforts has been taken. So today with us we have an uh, elite panelist, a group of elite panelists who represents the industry. So we have Mr. Rupesh Dalal, who is advisor to BSE commodity segment. Mr. Deepak Agrawal, director Proventus Private Limited, who has been very very vocal and very very instrumental in designing the contract, and has been very very instrumental with his suggestions to make the trade more better and acceptable for everyone. Mr. Ravindra Mehta from Class Alzone Private Limited, head of the core committee and advisor to BAC. And he's been a person who has always been there with us, just a call away. And a special thanks to him, because I remember the day we met first time, and then from today, here we are discussing about the launch. So the journey has been quite eventful. Mr. Sudarshan Majumdar, who accepted our request. He is the regional director of India, South Korea, Japan, and Almond Board of California, who accepted our request to be with us today. And Mr. Raju Bhatia, he's the ambassador for International Nut Council. So, with this elite panel, we are here to begin the journey for the today's webinar. The the flow of the today's webinar or the discussion mainly would be around how the contract specification would be, trading parameters would be, and how one can onboard himself to the exchange and get familiarized with the nitty-gritties of the exchange. And also we have the elite speakers who are we are here to take all your questions at the end of the session. So after the presentation, we'll have all the individual speakers who will give their insight or perspective of what almond industry is all about, and what are the future prospect, and how one can come and take the benefit out of this uh, take the benefits of hedging or price discovery on this platform of BSE. So without a further ado, I'll just brief you on what the specification is all about and how the contract is all about. So talking about BSE, this is as we all are aware, BSE is 144-year-old institution. So India's first universal exchange, which provides you the platform to trade all the asset classes, be it equity, be it derivatives, be it currency, be it commodity, be it mutual fund, be it debt. All the asset classes are traded on BSE. When we talk about BSE, the main USP of BSE is the reach. We have more than 1,400 member brokers which are connected to us directly, and the reach. When we talk about, we have more than 40 million retail investors. Which now, when I say this retail investors, it means the individual unique client code that are registered at BSE. So this itself suggests the reach that on one login, the the screen will be viewed by more than 40 million retail investors. When we talk about technology, we have the best of the best technology, and we are the fastest exchange in the world with a trading speed of 6 microseconds. When I say this, 6 microseconds is nothing, but when you put an order into the system, the confirmation time that you get again that your order is into the system, and it gets back to you within 6 microseconds. So it is lesser than 6 microseconds, but we claim it 6 microseconds. Clearing and settlement part, this is the most important functionality of an exchange. So we have our own clearing agency, Indian Clearing Corporation Limited, which is AAA rated. This AAA rated agency is nothing but for ensuring that all the clearing and settlement process is completely smooth, secure, and capital efficient. Counterparty risk management processes are followed. Risk and surveillance measures. we have the robust mechanism for all the segments put together in terms of managing the risk, manage for the counterparty, and we are the first exchange in India and second in the world to obtain ISO 9001-2000 certification on the same. This is a brief of what Almond fundamentals are all about. I mean, I know we all are, we have the veterans of the industry to discuss about it, but just a glimpse of how the production has been, uh, and in India and across the globe, how the imports have been. So, the annual production of almond in India has seen a gradual rise from 1,200 metric ton to 4,000 metric ton and 4,500 metric tons respectively. And as far as the marketing year 2014-15 to 2018-19 is concerned, we've seen a steady rise in imports as well. So there has been a paradigm shift in the demand as well, and that is reflected in the import figures, which has risen from 70,900 metric tons to 1,04,500 metric tons being the highest, 95,000 metric tons. Consumption, if we talk, yes, again there has been a significant rise in terms of consumption in India, and we can see this. The consumption has been 46,500 metric ton in 2013, and currently in 2017 it is 1,10,245 metric ton, and I'm sure it would have been risen from there as well. So if we talk about Indian markets, you all are aware traditionally the demand has been around the festive season, which generally starts from September to January. But now, however, due to growing awareness between consumers about the nutritional and health benefits, the demand has risen, and the same can be seen in the consumption pattern. In India, the area of cultivation, mainly two states produces this: the states of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. The general there has been a rise in these states as well. So when we talk about the entire scenario, the total market size of almond, if we talk in the terms of Indian rupees, is around 4,600 crore of rupees. So this itself is a very significant market size when we talk for any commodity, and it has risen over a period of time. The crop cycle for almond are generally planted in the period between February to March, and the harvesting starts at the end of the July. And generally, in the month of September, we have the shipment which are coming here. So this is a brief on what the ecosystem is all about for an almond, and the age. After the plantation, the almond trees start producing fruits at the age of 3 to 4 years, and reach the maximum production at the age of 6 to 7 years. And this is the whole value chain. A farmer produces it, he exports it through an intermediary. We have indenting agents. We have the importers or the processors here who imports it, get it processed. Then we have the commission agents. We have the corporate buyers. We have the wholesalers, retail buyers, and the end consumers. So there is a huge ecosystem between the farmer and the consumer, and here the entire ecosystem can take the uh, part in the hedging or can use the platform for price discovery and other means. So as I said earlier, this is the brief on what the production figures for Indian states of Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir has been. So there has been a steady rise in terms of the production as well for the Indian quality as well. But then too we have to import it. Now coming to the crux, the almond futures contract specification on how contract specification would be on the BSE platform. For the better understanding of everyone, I will repeat the contract specification in Hindi and English so that any queries, any doubts, we can raise it in the question answer session, but the understanding can be much more clear. So symbol when we talk on the trading screen, it would be BSE almond. जो सिंबल होगा ट्रेडिंग स्क्रीन पे वो बीएसई एलमंड दिखेगा. सो अगर कोई भी ट्रेड कर रहा है उसको स्क्रीन पे जो देखना है वो बीएसई एलमंड देखना है. सो व्हाइल ट्रेडिंग, इफ एनीवन वांट्स टू सी द स्क्रीन, he has to just put BSE element. Contract listing would be contracts available as per the contract launch calendar. when we discuss this, this is about a futures market that we are discussing. So any futures market has a contract which is expiring on the future day, but the rate are of today. So for example, today if I'm a trader and I want to trade almond for the month of July or August, so the expiry would be fixed, say 20th of July or 20th of August, but the rates that will be derived will be of today. So the start date of the contract would be 21st day of the contract launch month, and the last trading day would be 20th day of the delivery month. In case if the trading day is a holiday, so for example 20th of the month is a holiday, then the expiry would be preceding working day. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की शुरुआत होगी 21 की डेट से, और इसकी जो एक्सपायरी होगी फ्यूचर्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की वो 20 तारीख की होगी। कोई भी फ्यूचर्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इसकी फिक्स एक्सपायरी से आता है, तो अगर हम फ्यूचर्स ट्रेड करते हैं तो सबसे अहम बात जो जाननी ज़रूरी है वो है कि आज आप प्राइस डिस्कवर कर रहे हो, बट जुलाई या अगस्त का आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो, तो जुलाई या अगस्त का एलमेंट आज के दिन पे क्या ट्रेड हो रहा है वो आपको प्राइस डिस्कवर होगा। ट्रेडिंग पीरियड मंडे से फ्राइडे तक होगा। द ट्रेडिंग पीरियड वुड बी फ्रॉम मंडे टू फ्राइडे, एंड ट्रेडिंग सेशन वुड बी फ्रॉम मंडे टू फ्राइडे 9 AM in the morning till 5 PM in the evening Indian Standard Time. Trading unit would be 1000 kgs, that is 1 metric ton. जो ट्रेडिंग पीरियड होगा एलमेंट का वो होगा मंडे टू फ्राइडे, और जो इसका सेशन होगा वो सुबह 9 बजे से लेकर शाम को 5 बजे तक होगा, और जो ट्रेडिंग यूनिट होगा वो 1 मेट्रिक टन का होगा। व्हेन आई से ट्रेडिंग यूनिट मींस दैट द मिनिमम order size would be 1 metric ton. So any trader wants to trade, wants to hedge himself, wants to see the rate. The rate would be of 1 kg, but the trading would happen for 1 metric ton. Maximum the put or base value would be rupees per kg. So जो स्क्रीन पे आपको रेट दिखेगा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ इट इज 500 rupees, so it would be 500 rupees per kg, but the lot will be of 1 metric ton. Maximum order size 20,000 kgs or 20 metric tons. Tick size. Now this is the most important part. Tick size means the minimum movement. So when you see the rates, जब आप rates देखोगे स्क्रीन पे, so for example 400 रुपया अगर रेट आता है स्क्रीन पे, या 500 रुपया अगर रेट आता है स्क्रीन पे, तो उसका जो नेक्स्ट मूव होगा वो 500 रुपया 10 पैसा होगा। So the next move will be, say for example if the rate appearing on the screen is 400 or 500, so the next move would be in the multiples of 10 paise. So 400, 410, 500, 500 and 500.10, 400, 400.10. Price quote would be X Navi Mumbai APMC within 100 kilometers radius. The most important part is the price that would be seen on the screen would be excluding all GST taxes, duties, levies, charges as applicable, but would be inclusive of import duty. जो सबसे खास बात होगी, जो प्राइस आपको स्क्रीन पे दिखेंगे वो होंगे एक्सक्लूसिव ऑफ जीएसटी, टैक्सेस, ड्यूटीज, लेवीज एंड चार्जेस, बट उसमें इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी के रेट्स होंगे, इंपोर्ट टैक्सेस होंगे, वो इंक्लूड होंगे। एक दिन में डेली प्राइस लिमिट, डेली प्राइस लिमिट मतलब एक दिन में जो कमोडिटी लिस्ट है फ्यूचर्स में वो कितना मूव कर सकती है। वो जो मूव कर सकती है वो दो हिस्सों में मूव कर सकती है। पहला जो मूव होगा वो 3% का होगा, और उसके बाद का जो मूव होगा वो 3% के बाद 1% का होगा। सो जब 3% हिट होता है कोई भी साइड, ऊपर की साइड या नीचे की साइड, एक कूलिंग पीरियड होता है, 15 मिनट के लिए ट्रेड बंद हो जाता है, और उसके बाद जो प्राइस की लिमिट जो बढ़ा दी या घटा दी जाती है वो 1% से हो जाती है। द डेली प्राइस लिमिट will be will be in two slabs. So one is 3% and the second slab is 1%. So once the initial slab of 3% is hit on either side, on the upper side or on the lower side, there will be a cooling period of 15 minutes, and after that the limit shall be increased or further enhanced by 1%. So in a day the commodity cannot move beyond 4% on either side. एक दिन में इसमें जो उतार चढ़ाव होगा वो 4% से ज्यादा का नहीं होगा। आज कभी भी आप फ्यूचर्स की बात करें तो इसमें ट्रेड करने के लिए दो तरह के मार्जिन होते हैं, एक इनिशियल मार्जिन होता है और एक एक्सट्रीम लॉस मार्जिन होता है। एक्सट्रीम लॉस मार्जिन 1% फिक्स हो जाता है और इनिशियल मार्जिन अराउंड 4 to 5% होता है डिपेंडिंग ऑन दी मूवमेंट। सो अगर किसी क्लाइंट को ट्रेड करना है तो उसको सबसे पहले 5% या 6% जो भी होता है मार्केट के कंडीशंस के हिसाब से वो अपने मेंबर ब्रोकर को देना होता है और उसके बाद वो ट्रेड एंटर कर सकते हैं। व्हेन फॉर एंटरिंग एनी फ्यूचर्स मार्केट देयर इज एन इनिशियल मार्जिन which is prescribed as per the SEBI circular, and roughly it can be in the range of 4 to 5% depending on the volatility and the movement in the commodity. And there is an extreme loss margin of 1%. So over and above the initial margin, there is an extreme loss margin. Now, one more margin, which is the most important, is the additional or special margin. In any case, if there is an extra movement or extra volatility in the commodity, there is an additional or special margin which is levied on either side, on the buy side or on the sell side, depending on where the movement is. So this also will be added in the initial margin and the extreme loss margin. जब स्पेशल मूवमेंट होती है कोई भी कमोडिटी में तो इनिशियल मार्जिन और एक्सट्रीम लॉस मार्जिन के अलावा एक स्पेशल मार्जिन भी लगाया जाता है। ये स्पेशल मार्जिन जब बहुत ज़्यादा वॉलेटिलिटी रहती है तभी लगाया जाता है। सो ये भी क्लाइंट को बेयर करना होता है जब वो ट्रेड करते हैं फ्यूचर्स मार्केट। मैक्सिमम अलाउेबल पोजीशन फॉर इंडिविजुअल क्लाइंट्स इट वुड बी 500 मेट्रिक टन, and for a member collectively for all clients it would be 5000 metric ton or 15% of the market wide open position, whichever is higher. For near month delivery for individual clients it is 120 metric ton, and for a member collectively for all clients it is 1200 metric ton or 15% of the market wide open position, whichever is higher. Now when I say this, it means that at any given point in time the contracts which are listed on the futures market are classified into two ways. Say for example, today we are in the month of June and the contract is expiring on 20th of June. So June contract would be the current month contract and the next contract becomes the near month contract. So the maximum allowable positions which are prescribed are for current month and the near month. Similarly, जैसे कि कभी कोई भी फ्यूचर्स मार्केट हम ट्रेड करते हैं तो उसमें जो अलाउेबल पोजीशन होती है कोई भी स्टेक होल्डर की या मेंबर की जो उसको इजाज़त है सेबी के द्वारा रखने की, वो 500 मेट्रिक टन की है। या अगर मैं मेंबर की बात करूँ जो बीएससी के डायरेक्ट मेंबर्स हैं उनके लिए 5000 मेट्रिक टन या 15% मार्केट का जो ज़्यादा होता है। और अगर मैं नियर मंथ के डिलीवरी की बात करूँ, करंट मंथ की बात करूँ, तो 120 मेट्रिक टन या 1200 मेट्रिक टन अगर मैं क्लाइंट की बात करूँ तो, और 15% ऑफ द मार्केट ओपन वाइड पोजीशन जो भी ज़्यादा होती है वो डिलीवरी 1 मेट्रिक टन की ही होगी। इसमें क्वांटिटी का जो वेरिएशन अलाउ होता है वो 2% प्लस और माइनस होता है। तो अगर आज किसी को डिलीवरीज करनी है, यस मीरा, सो अगर किसी को डिलीवरीज करनी है तो उसको 1000 केजीज के लॉट्स में ही करनी होगी, बट उसको प्लस और माइनस 2% तक वेरिएशन मिलता है। डिलीवरी बेसिक सेंटर डिलीवरी का है वाशी एपीएमसी के 100 किलोमीटर्स के रेडियस में ही उसको डिलीवरी करनी होती है। जहाँ पर हमारे कोल्ड स्टोरेजेस असाइन किए हैं वहीं पर उसको डिलीवरीज करनी है। सो डिलीवरीज, yes, it is possible. Only at this point in time we have one delivery center, so Navi Mumbai, which is prescribed and within the radius of 100 kilometers from the APMC or municipal limits. So we'll have our designated cold storages where one can come and deliver the elements. The most important thing is the quality specification. So any buyer or seller who is getting into deliveries has to ensure that he gets this delivery. If I'm a seller, if I'm a buyer, you will get the quality which is prescribed here. अगर मैं सेलर हूँ तो मुझे यही डिलीवरीज देनी है जो मैं भी आपको बताऊंगा, और अगर मैं एक बायर हूँ तो मुझे यही क्वालिटी की डिलीवरीज मिलेगी। तो क्वालिटी सबसे अहम हिस्सा होता है ये डिलीवरीज का। एलिमेंट इन शेल नॉन पेरिल इंपोर्टेड फ्रॉम कैलिफोर्निया, जो एलिमेंट जो डिलीवर होगा वो इन शेल एलिमेंट होगा, नॉन पेरिल कैलिफोर्निया से इंपोर्ट किया हुआ एलिमेंट ही यहाँ पर डिलीवर होगा. सर्टिफाइड क्रैकआउट्स to be of 70% to be based on net edible yield and below 68% will be rejected. जो क्रैकआउट्स हैं इसके जो एक्सेप्ट किए जाएंगे वो 68% के बिलो के जो क्रैकआउट्स होंगे वो रिजेक्ट हो जाएंगे. और इसकी जो ये 70% होना चाहिए इसका नेट एडिबल यील्ड. अलाउेबल क्रैकआउट एज आई सेड 68% एंड अबव विथ अ प्रीमियम एंड डिस्काउंट. बट मोर देन 70%, 73% इस पे आपको कोई प्रीमियम नहीं मिलेगा. सो जो प्रीमियम मिलेगा वो 73% तक के क्रैकआउट पे ही मिलेगा. उसके ऊपर के क्रैकआउट्स पे कोई प्रीमियम नहीं मिलेगा और 68% के नीचे वो रिजेक्ट भी हो जाएगा. जैसे कि मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया, कैलकुलेशन ऑफ क्रैकआउट विल बी एज पर नेट एडिबल यील्ड. नेट एडिबल यील्ड मींस ग्रॉस माइनस सीरियस डैमेज. Classification type element in shell non-perial type. Shell soft shell, light color and high suture opening. Nut will be medium, flat shape and smooth surface. And variety as I said earlier also non-perial variety in shell. जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया सर्टिफाइड क्रैकआउट्स होने चाहिए 70% के आसपास नेट एडिबल यील्ड के हिसाब से. 68% के नीचे वाले क्रैकआउट्स रिजेक्ट हो जाएंगे और 68 से 73 के बीच परसेंट के बीच में उसको प्रीमियम डिस्काउंट अकॉर्डिंगली मिल जाएगा. 73 के ऊपर 73% के ऊपर वाले क्रैकआउट्स पे कोई प्रीमियम नहीं दिया जाएगा. और इसका जो कैलकुलेशन होगा क्रैकआउट का वो भी नेट एडिबल यील्ड के बेसिस पे ही होगा. नेट एडिबल यील्ड मींस जो ग्रॉस होगा माइनस जो भी सीरियस डैमेज होगा वो हिसाब से एडिबल यील्ड कैलकुलेट किया जाएगा. इसकी जो वेराइटी होगी एलिमेंट इन शेल नॉन पैरेलल टाइप. और इसके शेल की क्वालिटी की अगर बात करें तो सॉफ्ट शेल, लाइट कलर में और हाई सूचर ओपनिंग के साथ. और नट की अगर मैं बात करूं तो मीडियम नट, फ्लैट शेप और स्मूथ सरफेस के साथ ये नट होना चाहिए.
Yeah. Is there some connectivity problem with Pinnacle?
Yeah, there is some connectivity problem.
डिलीवरी पीरियड मार्जिन कहते हैं.
Pinnacle, can you come again? Your voice had broken away. So can you please come again to start.
All right.
After the variety.
Okay. Okay. So coming to the, I was discussing about the delivery period margin. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible. I think better to go one step before delivery period margin. You know, last what we heard was regarding the variety non-parent. Post that your voice broke.
All right. So जो वैरायटी की हम बात किए हैं उसके बाद we move on to the next, the crop condition, which is the most important thing. The current crop condition valid till September for the current year crop cycle only. October onwards, new crop will be accepted. So when a seller or a buyer is either giving or taking deliveries, they'll have to ensure that he delivers on the exchange platform the current year crop. अगर कोई सेलर या बायर यहाँ पर डिलीवरीज का काम करता है तो अगर सेलर है तो उनको इंश्योर करना है कि वो करंट ईयर के क्रॉप को ही डिलीवरी देते हैं. और बायर की अगर बात करें तो बायर को करंट ईयर का क्रॉप ही मिलेगा. ये क्रॉप की वैलिडिटी सितंबर तक की होगी करंट ईयर के क्रॉप साइकिल की. अक्टूबर ऑनवर्ड्स नए क्रॉप को एक्सेप्ट किया जाएगा. जैसे कि मैं अभी एग्जांपल दूं, करंट में अगर हम जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लॉन्च करते हैं तो जो भी मटेरियल्स डिपॉजिट होगा वो सितंबर तक वैलिड होगा. सितंबर के बाद वो सारा मटेरियल्स एक्सचेंज के वेयरहाउस से बाहर जाएगा और नया क्रॉप अक्टूबर ऑनवर्ड्स आना शुरू होगा. तो अक्टूबर ऑनवर्ड्स के एक्सपायरी में हम नया क्रॉप ही लेंगे. Delivery period margin, as I was discussing. Now, during the last 5 days before the expiry, there is a period which is called as tender period delivery period. and here the maximum delivery starts taking place. So the stakeholders, this is the most important period for the stakeholders. So here a special margin is implied on daily basis by 4%. So or 20%. When I say 20% for 5 days, 4% for each day on incremental basis, it is 20%. डिलीवरी पीरियड मार्जिन, टेंडर पीरियड मार्जिन, जैसे मान लीजिए 20 तारीख की एक्सपायरी है, तो 20, 19, 18, 17 और 16 तारीख से ये स्पेशल मार्जिन शुरू हो जाएगा. सो जिसको डिलीवरीज लेनी या देनी है वो ही ये पीरियड में रहते हैं. बाकी के जिनको डिलीवरीज नहीं लेनी देनी वो मूव कर जाते हैं नेक्स्ट एक्सपायरी पे. So if a trader who's not willing to give or take deliveries will move on to the next expiry, and the actual stakeholders will remain who wants to ensure or enter into deliveries either on the selling side or on the buying side. The most important thing is the final settlement price. The FSP is called. How do we derive our FSP? FSP is final settlement price on the day of expiry. Say for example 20th July is the expiry day. ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कैसे सेटल होगा? हाउ विल द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बी सेटल्ड, ऑन व्हाट प्राइस? द प्राइस विल बी पोल्ड फ्रॉम द स्पॉट ट्रेडर्स ऑफ APMC and an average will be taken of the last 3 days prior to the expiry. I repeat, polling will be done of the traders and a simple average of the last polled spot prices of last 3 days before the expiry will be taken and the final settlement price will be derived. In case spot price or any one or both E-1 expiry -1 or expiry -2 is not available, then the simple average of the last polled spot price of expiry day or expiry -1, expiry -2 or expiry -3, whichever is available shall be taken as FSP और फाइनल सेटलमेंट प्राइस. जैसा कि मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया, एक्सपायरी से 3 दिन पहले का एवरेज प्राइस लिया जाएगा स्पॉट के पोलिंग का और उसी से हमारा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट सेटल होगा. स्पॉट पोलिंग एक थर्ड पार्टी करती है, एक्सचेंज इसमें नहीं आता है. सो योर व्हेन वी एंश्योर दैट टू कीप वी गेन द मैक्सिमम ट्रस्ट, वी एज एन एक्सचेंज डोंट गेट इनटू द स्पॉट पोलिंग. We have given this task to a third party, to a third vendor who is a professional and who does polling on daily basis. This polled prices will be reflected on our website on twice in a day. जो पोलिंग किया होगा स्पॉट प्राइसेस का वो BSE की वेबसाइट पे 2 बार दिन में दिखाया जाएगा और ये एक स्पेशल एजेंसी ही करती है. हमने इसके लिए एक स्पेशल एजेंसी को ही हायर किया है, एक्सचेंज इसमें नहीं आता है. डिलीवरी लॉजिक कंपलसरी डिलीवरी है. अगर किसी को डिलीवरीज लगी है तो उनको लेनी पड़ेगी. Deliveries logic is compulsory delivery. So in case if you're marked on deliveries, you'll have to take or give deliveries. Staggered period, as I said, will be last 5 trading days. Now, this was a brief on how commodity, what commodity futures market is and how the contract specification is. Now, how one can onboard himself and how one can get associated with BSE. I request all the panelists and the attendees to keep themselves on mute. आप BSE के साथ कैसे जुड़ सकते हैं? BSE के जैसा कि मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया, BSE के अराउंड 1400 मेंबर्स हैं. तो इसमें सभी रीजन्स में ये मेंबर्स हैं. किसी की ब्रांचेस है, किसी की फ्रेंचाइजी है. तो आप उनके साथ उनके पास आपको जाके एक आपका अकाउंट खुलाना होगा, कमोडिटी का ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट खुलाना होगा और बेसिस ऑन दैट वो आपका एक KYC फॉर्म फिल करवाएंगे और उसके बाद KYC फॉर्म फिल कराने के बाद आपकी बेसिक डिटेल्स ली जाएगी और आपको एक कोड दिया जाएगा और इसी के बेसिस पे आपका अकाउंट खुल जाएगा. इन केस इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी ट्रेडिंग ब्रोकर, माय टीम इज हियर टू असिस्ट यू. दे विल रेफर अ गुड ब्रोकर and they will refer 2-3 good brokers. You can identify a good broker, select on your own and get yourself associated with them. Selecting a main good broker is most important thing because of the various practices. These are the various documents that are required, a PAN card, Aadhaar card, passport copy, etc. for an opening account. Account can be opened in the name of individual also. It can be opened in the name of the company also. And there are various checks and means by the ways of verification, uh, after which your unique ID and password will be given to you. You can trade online also. Many brokers have their own apps which they facilitate for giving the access to the BSE terminals also. So we are more than here to help you for everything in terms of onboarding you and opening your account in each and every area. Wherever you need any assistance, any help, we are here. Me and my team is here to help you out. We ब्रोकर सिलेक्शन सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्राइटेरिया है। तो जब आप ब्रोकर सिलेक्ट करते हो तो इंश्योर करना कि ब्रोकर सही हो और रेप्यूटेड हो। आपके लिए हमारी टीम 3-4 ब्रोकर्स का आपको रेफरेंस देंगी, उसमें से आप सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं जो भी आपका नियरेस्ट प्रॉक्सिमिटी में ब्रोकर हो, और अकॉर्डिंगली आपके कंफर्ट के हिसाब से आप उनके साथ जुड़ सकते हैं, अकाउंट ओपन कर सकते हैं। अकाउंट ओपनिंग के लिए आपको थोड़े डॉक्यूमेंट्स की ज़रूरत पड़ती है और उसके बाद आप ऑन बोर्ड हो सकते हैं, जैसे आपका आधार कार्ड हो गया, बैंक स्टेटमेंट हो गया, पैन कार्ड हो गया। और कई सारे ब्रोकर्स आपको ऐप पे ट्रेडिंग फैसिलिटी भी देते हैं, सो दैट आप घर बैठे बैठे भी ट्रेड कर सकते हैं और इसमें जुड़ सकते हैं। So this was a brief of what BSE commodities is and what the element futures contract is all about. We move on to our next speaker. So may I request Mr. Rupesh Dalal to just give you a brief insight on what futures markets are and how one can hedge themselves on the futures platform. Over to you, Mr. Rupesh.
Thank you very much, Pinakin Bhai, for the wonderful speech. Pinakin Bhai has covered all absolutely brilliant PPT on Bombay Stock Exchange. Bombay Stock Exchange, you can say, is a king of all exchanges here in India. Means अगर किसी को भी इंडियन इकोनॉमी के बारे में जानना है तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन वुड बी लाइक दिस कि सेंसेक्स क्या चल रहा है, राइट? तो वो सेंसेक्स क्या चल रहा है, ऊपर है कि नीचे है, उस पे टोटल इंडियन इकोनॉमी डिपेंड्स करती है. सो आई वुड से दिस बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज इज अ किंग ऑफ ऑल एक्सचेंजेस, व्हाइल the product we are going to launch is almond. Almond is a king of all dry foods. So if you ask me, the two kings are joining their hands together and एक नया empire खड़ा हो रहा है. You can say within few days, 10 to 15 days में नया empire एक खड़ा हो रहा है. The particularly I will speak about almond. Around 10 to 12 months back, we have started our journey with Mr. Ravi Mehta, who's the brain for this. I will say he's a brain for this almond future contract. He helped us a lot to create a wonderful contract, and I will say that whatever the contract which Mr. Pinakin Dave has explained to us is a not only Indian contract, but it's a global contract. You can say not only Indian traders, Indian stockists, Indian brokers, Indian importers will benefit from this contract. Apart from that, international market also, globally also, it will be. We have tried our best to design such contract like a global almond contract. And in coming days, I'm optimistic that these Indian almond contract would be the benchmark for the global almond industries as well. Again, why almond? बहुत सारी commodities Indian commodity exchanges में भी चल रही है, but why almond? Almond, you can say, is thousands of crores of rupees of a contract. Import इतना हो रहा है. There is despite of so much of amount, there is no price discovery right now. There is no price discovery right now. 45 to 50 days time gap is there. There is a currency risk, there is a price risk. Altogether जितना भी risk है अभी, वो पूरा का पूरा ये almond futures contract आने के बाद में पूरा nullified हो जाएगा. The industry will be hugely benefited from this industry. Apart from that, I will say that right now there are restrictions of buyer here in Indian market. Right after this almond future contract will come, one investor. You can say one investor part will come automatically in this industry. एक नया buyer industry को मिल जाएगा, which is very significant, and this if you ask me, this is the requirement of the industry right now. जब भी हमने शुरू किया था ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 10-12 महीने पहले, at that time the prices were around $2.40 to $2.50 per pound, and अभी जो चल रहा है $1.60. Huge volatility in the market, and as there is no hedging mechanism, the industry has suffered a lot. और मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि जैसे ये आलमंड की फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आ जाएगा, ये आने वाले दिनों में जो पिछले सालों में जो इंडस्ट्री ने सफर किया है, वो आने वाले दिनों में वो सफर नहीं कर पाएगा, बिकॉज यहाँ पे फ्यूचर ट्रेडिंग के जरिए एक हेजिंग का मैकेनिज्म इंडस्ट्री में आ रहा है. वाई आलमंड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की सक्सेसफुल होने की उम्मीद क्यों है? बिकॉज नंबर वन, द volatility huge, you can say 30 to 35% yearly per annum volatility is there, which is you can say कोई भी सक्सेसफुल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए ये जरूरी है. नंबर टू, शेल्फ लाइफ इज गुड, मोर देन 2 years you can keep that particular almond in the cold storage, so shelf life is लॉन्ग टर्म है. एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज में नहीं आता है. एंड कोई भी इंटरनेशनल मार्केट हो, इंडियन मार्केट, कोई भी सक्सेसफुल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए सबके दिमाग में ऐसा है कि इट्स अ फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, तो इसमें तो स्पेकुलेशन ही होता रहेगा. बट नो, अगर अपने को कोई भी स्पेकुलेशन के हिसाब से नहीं है, लेकिन बट डेफिनेटली दिस इज अ हेजिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, नॉट अ स्पेकुलेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. अगेन मैं वापस बोल रहा हूँ, इट्स अ हेजिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. सबको अपने ये जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का यूटिलाइजेशन है वो हेजिंग पर्पस के लिए करना चाहिए. इंटरनेशनली भी अगर आप देख रहे हैं तो कोई भी सक्सेसफुल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रहेगा, हार्डली डिलीवरी 1 और 2% की होती है. 98 to 99% ऑफ द टोटल पोजीशन स्क्वायर्ड ऑफ बिफोर द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्सपायर. सो ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की जो भी यूटिलाइजेशन करना है, जो भी एडवांटेजेस लेना है, वो हेजिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए लेना चाहिए. और हेजिंग करते करते आपको अपने जितना भी लॉस है, वंस यू बुक योर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फ्रॉम कैलिफोर्निया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया, वहां से आते 50 to 55 डेज का जो ट्रांजिट पीरियड है, उसमें जो प्राइस की वोलेटिलिटी है, वो आप ये बीएससी का आलमंड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आते हैं, उसमें आप हेज कर दो, तो डेफिनेटली यू आर नलिफाइड योर रिस्क ओवर देयर. और बाकी तो majority of the portion has been covered by Mr. Pinakin Dave. Now we have more 3 to 4 all distinguished guests are there. They are wonderful. Mr. Sudarshan is a Indian head of almond California almond industry, and Mr. Ravi Mehta, he is also very veteran in this industry. Mr. Deepak is there. Mr. Samir Bhanushali is there. Mr. Raju Bhatia is also there. So I will invite Mr. Ravi Mehta to come here and speak for the almond industry. Mr. Ravi Mehta.
Thank you, Rupesh. Thank you, Pinaki, for this wonderful contract supportation. But I have my senior, Shri Raju Bhatia, who is also the ambassador in India for Almond Trade Council. And it's a privilege to have him on board this discussion. So I would request Shri Raju Bhatia to first come up and say a few words of encouragement and also on the detail. And then probably after Rajuji, I would request Sudarshan to help us out on his side of discussion. Raju bhai, please. Raju bhai, you need to unmute yourself. Raju bhai, I think we can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
Is this okay now?
Yeah, Raju bhai, please go ahead.
Now, this is a very new form of trading that has been introduced by the BSE. So we are going to face a lot of challenges in that. Just like to add a few things. Number one is that the Indian production is insignificant, so this will not play any role in the trading. Then number two, what we are seeing in the last couple of months is that the rise in imports that we feel would have been there about a year back. Now the demand has been struck down by about 40 to 50% due to erosion on account of social distancing and no festivals and marriages. And we are facing a little uncertain period. I hope we get through this COVID very fast. And now I don't want to discourage anybody into this. This will definitely give you a platform to hedge your commodities, but then it should not spoil the sentiment. How do we ensure that? There have been a lot of challenges worldwide where Nut Rose and people like Brian Tormey have set up these exchanges for almonds, but they were not very successful because of the specs and brands of the in-shell. For example, the brands of in-shell, there's a difference of 10 to 15 rupees a kg between two brands. So how are we going to account for that? That we need to look into that. Now, what are the advantages to the consumer for that, or is this just going to be just a speculation? And we have seen losses extending to about 30 to 40% erosion in the prices in the last 2-3 months because of these uncertain situations. The margin that you are taking, how are we going to ensure that those margins are adequate to cover that? So, and I want to also get, since most of the participants over here who are there, they understand the product, especially Ravi, you understand it very well since you are in denting also a lot. What is a serious damage tolerance? And in case of Australia, we have seen a lot of pinhole serious damage, which is not visible. How we are going to deal with that? And when is this going to commence? We would like to also get to know that. But anyway, I think it's a great idea that you're moving this forward. And if you can give some examples over here, Pinakin can give or Rupesh can give of other commodities, how that has helped in launching like haldi or black pepper and all, how that has helped the industry. We would it will be good to enlighten everybody on that. But I wish you guys all success in your venture, and I hope this is successful. And I think there's no doubt that with the way the upcoming big crop is there and we want to hedge our losses or our profits, this is a good platform. So best of luck for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Raju, for some wonderful insights on the issues you've raised. These are pretty valid issues. I will come back to you on the question that you raised, but I would request initially if the question can throw some light on the California almond, and which will be great insight for the people who have joined us and who are not from the same industry. Sudarshan, are you ready with your two words?
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead. Sudarshan from
so first of all,
California.
Yeah. So just to introduce myself and the industry very briefly, I'm the region director for India, South Korea, and Japan for the Almond Board of California. And for people who are not aware, I'll just give a very, very brief introduction about the board and the industry there. So Almond Board of California is a not-for-profit organization which represents around, in fact, all the growers and handlers of the Californian almond industry, which is around 7,600 growers and approximately 100 handlers. And obviously, by definition of being not-for-profit, we don't have any commercial transactions. So we don't buy almonds, we don't sell almonds, we have nothing to do with price fixing of almonds. But we support the industry globally. Now, about the Californian almond industry itself, it's and what's interesting is this production has been going up over time, and it's going up as the bearing acres have also been going up over time. If you look at 2010-11, there was 770,000 bearing acres. But bearing acres are those acres and trees in which reach the age when almonds continue to be grown there. And by 2019-20, it's grown to 1.18 million acres. So there's been a huge growth. Along the time, the production has also gone up from 1.63 billion pounds in 2010-11, and in 2019-20, it was 2.53 billion pounds. Now, so what's going to be the crop which is coming up in 2020-21? And just for people not from the industry, when we talk about year, it's a crop year which starts in August and goes on to July in line with the harvest. Now, so we have two estimates which happen in California done by third-party people. One is a subjective estimate, which is basis telephonic calls to growers on a sample basis. And then that has already happened for the. And in July, when we are close to harvest, is when there's an objective estimate, wherein we will go to certain orchards, certain trees, branches and physically actually measure the almonds. The subjective estimate is a record estimate of 3 billion pounds as announced, but we have an estimate which will come out in the month of July. Apart from that, there are many other groups also which make their own estimates of crop size. Now, when we're talking about such a huge crop, obviously it cannot be consumed only in the domestic market. And typically we find around 67% of the crop is exported to over 100 countries across the world. Now, the APAC region is becoming more and more important over time. In 2019, that constituted around 17% of the total shipments, but by 18-19, they had grown to 27% of the shipments. And during this time, interestingly, Europe has dropped in importance from 48% to 27%. Obviously, the growth of Asia Pacific has been led by China and India to some extent in the Middle East as well. Now let's talk about India. All of you know that in India, there's a long-standing tradition of almond consumption. It's believed if you have almonds in the morning, it's good for brain development. So mothers tend to give it to their children. So we in our program, trying to expand it to be a family consumption product. Along with that, we know it's a traditional product which is given during Diwali as a gift, is given along with wedding invitation cards, used to a lot of Indian sweets. Part of the puja thali is used in badam milk, and we increasingly finding a lot of ingredient used in products such as, say, chocolates, on ice creams, and breakfast cereals, and so on and so forth. What our program, Almond Board of program, is focused on India is to reinforce the tradition to grow consumption and also create almost a second market by encouraging consumption of almonds as a healthy snacks, recognizing the fact that people are getting more and more sensitized about their health needs and are gravitating more towards healthy products. Well, that's been more in the meals area, but slowly the snacking is also beginning to convert. Along with that, what we're doing is providing a lot of consumer education. The reason we do consumer education is because we have a very robust nutrition research program wherein we do a lot of studies on the benefits of almonds to human health. We invested over $26 million on that so far, and we have had over 160 research papers which have been published in the medical journals, which show that it's good for the heart health, good for diabetes, and good for weight management, all of which are obviously critical issues in a country such as India. And we're also increasing the areas in which we're doing nutrition research. Recent one is we started doing work on being good for skin. We have done one paper which has already come out, has a positive effect on wrinkles. So as you age, to how to keep your skin looking younger. India is a very, very important market for us, and we're investing behind the market. In 2014-15, our budgets were $3.4 million for India. In the current year, which is 18-19, is $4.4 million. And if you look at what's happening in India in 2018-19, US as an origin had 85% of the share, followed by Australia, which was at 7%. I think that's the kind of highlight I want to give. If anybody wants to ask questions, I'll be happy to answer them later. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudarshan, for your such a wonderful insight as always on the almond industry. It's wonderful to hear from you about the details of the coming crop and the last 5 years growth. We have seen robust growth. In fact, we have seen in the international market as well as in the Indian market. Now, I would request Deepak Agarwal to present us to say a few words on the contract, because he's been very, very instrumental on designing of this contract with us, with his expertise of EU wise. So, Deepak, if you could throw some light. Thank you.
Hi, Ravi. Thank you. I think a lot has been said during this webinar about the whole market and what all the other boards are doing, or how the current almond situation is. I would like to focus on the contract and the BSc part of it. What this contract is providing Indian traders or Indian importers or Indian corporate buyers or retailers, what kind of benefit or what kind of opportunity I think they can have, with this contract. So I would say, in like summarized 5 points. I think we had a similar webinar a few days back, and I came up with 3 things that this almond contract will give to the market, and I'll add a couple more, and that will be it. I mean, this will be basically focusing on how you can look at it as an opportunity, as a contract, if you want to trade in it, and if you want to, if you think this can help you cover your risk, or I mean, it can be, I'll say, it can be useful in any way. So overall, I think BSC gets this almond contract running, which I think, if they have been putting so much effort during these difficult times, I think the effort is there from the exchange. So that I think, can be worked out. So overall, my summarization is a 5-point agenda where I think, this contract can help the market. One is, I think, this almond contract with liquidity can increase the market breadth. For a contract, I mean, for a market which has like, absolute consumption value of close to 8 to 10,000 crores and maybe tradable value of maybe 3x from there. So 30,000 crore or something, maybe 40,000 crore of tradable value. I think the number of players or the market breadth is still pretty shallow. So बहुत कम लोग हैं जो ऑलरेडी जितना वैल्यू है इस मार्केट का जिसमें ट्रेड करते हैं. I think जितना वैल्यू है ओवरऑल मार्केट का अराउंड से 30-35,000 is my estimate, considering 3x of the total consumption. I think we need an increase in the market breadth at this point of time. Almond contract के आने से some corporate MNCs, agri players, they will find some interest in this contract and in almond as a commodity as a whole. We have seen this earlier also. बहुत सारी commodity में जब थोड़ी transparency बढ़ती है, exchange gets involved, बहुत सारे बड़े corporate houses भी इसमें involved होना चालू करते हैं. Second, I think right now in current scenario, अभी के situation में बहुत ही important है वो है कि banks की funding की limit open होने लगेगी. Many commodities in India are there, like which banks are funding. जो बहुत सारी commodity है like pulses वगैरह भी है जो import based भी है. I think locally भी है लेकिन we are also the biggest importer in pulses. और pulses वगैरह banks काफी easily fund करते हैं. They always find some liquidity to be provided to that market. So अगर एक platform होगा BSC का जो कि एक transparent price show करेगा और उसमें वो बताएगा कि उसकी contract specification क्या है और वो quality certify करेगा. I think banks को फिर funding करने में मुझे नहीं लगता कोई दिक्कत होगी क्योंकि banks जो भी banker से हम बात करते हैं कि almond as a commodity जिसका shelf life इतना अच्छा है, इसका वॉलेटिलिटी कंपेयर टू मेनी कमोडिटीज जो वो ऑलरेडी फंड कर रहे हैं कम है, प्लेयर्स है, मार्जिन एक्स्ट्रा मिल सकता है बिकॉज किसी का एज अभी तक एंट्री नहीं है, तो आप लोग करते क्यों नहीं हो. सो मेनी अ टाइम्स उनका ये आंसर होता है कि हमारे पास में प्राइस डिस्कवरी मैकेनिज्म नहीं है, हमारे को क्वालिटी का स्पेसिफिकेशन नहीं है कि एक पर्टिकुलर क्वालिटी कैसी होनी चाहिए. सो आई थिंक ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बनने से BSC will act as a certifying agency, and this contract will act as a certifying agency which will give confidence to the banks so that they can come up with good funding, I mean kind of a proposal from them. So ये market जिसको funding की जरूरत है, I think, और generally commodity market world over funding जिसके लिए is like one of the basic things, I think ये cover करेगा. My third point is risk management. ये पॉइंट अभी काफी लोगों ने उठाया है हमारे पैनलिस्ट में कि there is a 45 to 60 day overall lag between जब हम प्राइस बुक करते हैं और मे बी मोर और जब हम अपना माल बेच के पैसा रियलाइज करते हैं. इसमें जो प्राइसेस होंगी एक्सचेंज पे, आपको अगर आपको चाहिए कि आपका प्राइस हेज हो या आपको अपने पोजीशन आपको मार्केट पे कोई भी व्यू बनता हो अगर एग्जिट करना है, तो BSC का ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट उनको एक ऑप्शन देगा कि आप उस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से निकल जाओ. Where they can hedge their overall risk. They can come to the exchange, come on the platform, look at the price, exit the price if you think they want to exit it. If somebody like any kind of a corporate buyer है या बड़े confectionery makers है, like maybe say हल्दीराम है या जो भी है, अगर उनको अपना कोई प्रोडक्ट का प्राइसिंग करना है फॉरवर्ड में, उनको अपने किसी फेस्टिवल सेल्स की तैयारी करनी है जिसमें उनको प्राइसिंग करनी है, आई थिंक ये एक मैकेनिज्म है वेयर दे कैन fix up prices and they can work on it. So this will be one of the things. Another thing is, I think it will give a lot of transparency to the market. अभी क्या है market में, this market has been like, you know, limited to, I'll say, few sellers. Like, you know, for us, I think 10,000 crore market, we have like, you know, maybe 10 or 15 top sellers who kind of like, you know, provide liquidity to the market, जिनका support होता है market को. And unki reach to all the buyers is, I think, is a little limited overall compared to the value which we trade. So इसमें price wise काफी transparency provide होगी, क्योंकि आपको एक price reference मिलेगा exchange पे, और उसके कारण में आपका confidence बढ़ेगा to trade in the market. आज के दिन सारा का सारा information flow is like, you know, is mostly driven by few brokers, I'll say, which I feel, I mean, we have like, you know, like people who are already, you know, has been long in the industry. So we have few exceptions like Ravi Mehta and all, who knows, like, you know, most of the guys, maybe more than anyone in India, in California or in India, and who has the information and who chooses to give the right information. बाकी 90% of the brokers, I don't think they know anything कि कैलिफोर्निया में क्या चल रहा है, इंडिया में क्या चल रहा है. बट द आयरनी ऑफ इट कि जो बेचारे बायर्स हैं हमारे डिफरेंट रीजनल सेंटर्स में, दे हैव डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट टू देम. सो जितना भी मेरा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स करेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन की जगह ज़्यादातर फॉल्स इन्फॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड की जाती है फॉर यू नो जनरल यू नो रैंडम केओस इन द मार्केट, कि आज से 2 महीने बाद भाव ये होगा, 1 महीने बाद ये होगा. And I think barring a few 3 or 4 people, you know, generally in that community, I don't think anyone any idea what is happening around the world. So generally, it will be very good for small traders in small centers of India, जिनको पता तो होगा कि आज भाव क्या चल रहा है या एक reference point होगा. So I think lot of, you know, misguided information will be cut down because of this. Last, I think, you know, building on that only, it will provide lot of depth to the market. BSE इस केस में आई थिंक कई बार ऐसा होता है कि देयर आर मेनी बायर्स हु वांट टू बाय फ्रॉम अ गिवन at a given rate or at a given point of time, and there are many sellers who also want to do that. और कई बार बिकॉज ये मैं जैसा बोला कि ये 10-15 लोग ज़्यादातर मैक्सिमम जो इम्पोर्टर्स है जो मार्केट में मैक्सिमम शेयर गेन करते हैं, उसकी रीच हो नहीं पाती है टू ऑल सेंटर्स ऑफ द कंट्री. इसके चक्कर में most of the times, you know, we are all dependent on the brokers community, which chooses to, you know, trade in one point of time, or they choose to, you know, avoid some trade at one point of time. So कई बार we have very good buyers who want to buy and they don't get any product. उनको खरीदना होता है लेकिन उनको सही कनेक्ट नहीं मिल पाता. There are very good sellers who want to exit and still because उनका कनेक्ट नहीं है उन रीजनल सेंटर्स तक, लेकिन फिर इसके कारण वो सेल नहीं कर पाते हैं. बिकॉज हमारे पास ये प्लेटफॉर्म होगा वेयर, यू नो, BSE विल बी द कस्टोडियन. जब मैं कस्टोडियन कह रहा हूँ, इसका मतलब ये है कि बायर्स अपना पैसा देगा खरीदने के बाद और सेलर्स को पैसा मिलेगा बेचने के बाद. BSE वो इंश्योर करेगा थ्रू दिस प्लेटफॉर्म, एंड कनेक्टिविटी जो रहेगी वो मैनी टू मैनी हो जाएगी. आई एम जनरली सेइंग कि आपको अगर खरीदना है तो BSE के प्लेटफॉर्म है, आपको श्योरिटी है कि आपने अगर खरीदा है तो आपको डिलीवरी वगैरह आएगी, सेलर को पता है कि उसने बेचा है तो उसको पैसे आएंगे, डिफॉल्ट रिस्क 0 हो जाता है. सो दैट वे मार्केट को काफ़ी डेप्थ मिलेगा, काफ़ी हद तक लिक्विडिटी बढ़ेगी. आज भी जितना बड़ा ये मार्केट है, इफ यू वांट टू डू अ डेप्थ ट्रेड, लाइक, यू नो, अगर किसी को समझ लो एक साइजेबल अमाउंट ऑफ मार्केट बेचना है, सो दैट डिपेंडेंसी ऑन ब्रोकर्स एंड दैट डिपेंडेंसी on, you know, the existing system will go down and we will have a much more, you know, in-depth market, जिसके कारण चीजें काफी स्मूथ मूव होगी. और इसके कारण I personally feel volatility will come down because एक particular price point पे सेल या बाय करना easy हो जाएगा. I think overall, I think this is the general points that I thought, you know, ये exchange पे ये contract अगर successful होगा तो workout करेगा. And hope we all get into the details of this contract. I think ये webinar से अच्छा है कि I will request participants to go back on BSE side, get a hold of the contract, समझें कि इसमें actually में है क्या, talk to brokers and try to be on platform. Trade करना नहीं करना बाद में उनकी अपनी choice है, depending on what they think of the contract कि उनको ये करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए, एक बार समझना जरूर चाहिए. It can work out to be in anyone's beneficiary. और बाकी best of luck to everyone who has been contributing to this contract. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak ji. Thank you so much for your detailed insight on the trading part and what we are going to gain out of this contract. Probably what I can just to summarize is that it's a wonderful platform for your risk management. And in the last 3 to 4 months, we have seen the kind of volatility in the markets, which have gone from a very controlled volatility of a 3 to 5% to over 35%. And this kind of volatility requires a perfect hedging platform, and probably BSE can give us has given us this perfect hedging platform to hedge our positions, which have been largely dependent on the physical part of the trading only. Then it's a wonderful platform for a price discovery. It gives you liquidity. It surely gives you a quality consistency, because as per the contractual obligations of a BSE, you would be in a far better position to import the same kind of cargo from your packers. You will insist on the crack-out certificates between 68 to 73%, and you would also get the same kind of quality what is required. Now, post GST era, we have seen that the markets have expanded across India. Now, with this expansion, we know that there are buyers who probably may not be as educated as they are, but they want to trade into a commodity. And with the help of probably INC, Almond Board, and with the inner strength of delivery and a consistent command over the demand supply, along with the payment issues, BSE could become another platform to increase the volume across pan India with the help of the brokers across. Now, this is going to become a new normal post-COVID. We've seen that people are resisting to go to crowded places like Chandni Chowk or probably the APMC markets, and this would help you to buy and sell without even having a personal or a physical interaction with the brokers or buyers or sellers. Now, probably there are many questions on the quality aspect, as Raju Bhai has also raised 2 questions, and I think we would have a dedicated session on the quality and the contractual obligations once again, probably. But just to clear one fact, Raju Bhai, we are not encouraging at this moment of time the Australian product because of the pinholes and issues. We have started the contract as a California almond because that is where we think that the quality consistency, it brings us more transparency on the quality part. But yes, you have a lot of valid questions and valid challenges what we see going forward. And with your help, with your insight, with your experience of this market, probably we'll be in a position to go as close to perfectness as we could do that. And I think another session to address all the quality concerns, because I have seen a lot of questions coming up on the crackouts, on the quality part, would be addressed in a day or so. We would request the entire physical trading community from Delhi, Bombay, and Gujarat, Rajasthan, or other cities to come up and again participate on the quality part of the contract, because we want to make it a very uniform contract and want to make it success. As per the last contract, what we did was that was basically done on the kernel basis, but this time we have done on the raw material, which is the in-shell basis. So I think this in-shell contract will surely help a lot of FMCG players like ITC, Britannia, all to hedge and take large positions, which would actually give them a consistency even in their price robustness going for the FMCG product. So I'm pretty hopeful. I'm pretty thankful to SEBI as well as to BSE to provide us this platform. But yes, I do understand that there are certain challenges going forward. But with the help and experience of our seniors in the industry, we would be in a position to overcome and give a very, very good platform to hedge the risk, which is most important in a commodity which has been kind of a virgin commodity all through with the with a consumption size or the retail consumption size of over 10,000 crores and the tradable size, as Deepak said, over 30,000 crores. So it's going to help the industry. It's going to help the industry in the sense of putting almonds across to all shelves. People involved into trading will give a lot of liquidity, which was largely concentrated with the elite business houses as of Rajuji earlier, who been very instrumental in giving this market a rise from last 30, 40 years. Their families have been involved into these businesses. But I think it's a wonderful platform. Thank you so much for all the help. Pinakin?
Thank you, Raviji. Thank you, Rajuji. Thank you, Mr. Sudarshan, for your insight. Thank you, Deepakji, for your insight on what markets are and how markets are, how one can take the benefit of hedging, price discovery, and how this platform can be beneficial to all the stakeholders, to all the participants, uh, from all the aspects of the ecosystem. Moving ahead, we are open for questions in case if we have any. One question that is coming out. Okay. What is the total margin charged to a client roughly? This question has been from Mr. Manshu Shah. Roughly, the margin that is charged depends on the prescribed margin, but roughly it boils down to around 6.5%. Roughly, this is again on the higher side. It can be somewhere between 5.5% to 6%. And can we have other questions, please?
I think one of the panelists wanted to understand, not the panelists, I mean, participant wanted to understand what crack out means. Crack out generally means that out of 1 kg of almond in shell, how much is the kernel availability in that 1 kg? So generally, the California almonds work on a 70% crack out basis. That means out of 1 kg, you would get 700 grams of edible kernels. So when we do the business in California, it is largely done on a crack out basis of 70%, because that is the general that is the general yield which comes in 1 kg of almond or 1 ton. So all the prices in California are based on 70% yield. So when we say plus and minus, that is if the yields are less than 70%, which are certified by either in-house or the United States Department of Agriculture crack-out certificates. If the crackouts are less than 70%, then there is a discount on the price. If the crackouts are above 70%, that is 71, 72, 73, then you have to pay the premium above 70%. I hope that answers the question.
We have a question from Mr. Srinath. Request few insights on almond imports into India over a period of last few months. How is the demand foreseen for the next few months?
Deepakji, would you like to see? And probably Rajuji can answer because he's
I think if Rajuji is here, I think it's better if we take.
Yeah, Rajubhai, please, if you could, answer the question. Unmute yourself, Rajubhai. Mira, can you unmute Rajuji?
Yes,
last 3-4 months, we've seen erosion of demand by about 30-40%. And in fact, in the last 1 week or 10 days, it has gone up with the opening. Now with the restaurants opening, the malls opening, and I think once the situation stabilizes, people will have to accept the way to live in COVID. So gradually this will increase back to about 70%. And I think by December or something, hopefully all this COVID situation will go away by November or December. We'll come back to normal in the next 6-8 months. We'll come back in about 8 months. We'll come back.
That's really a good, hearty news from the market leader to understand the positivity of the market. Just to give you a perspective, India last crop year imported about 231 million pounds of almonds out of the crop of 2.4. which approximately becomes about 23% of the total export market and about 8 to 10% of the total crop size. So India is a very, very relevant market for California and even Australia. Though the consumption, the per capita consumption is probably one of the lowest, but with the exposure, with availability, I think the demand is going to be huge. The headroom for growth is phenomenal in this particular commodity. As we grow economically, we will have enough opportunities to grow on the demand side. So we are not at all bothered about on the demand side. It's just a bit of lull in the demand due to the COVID. As Raju said, the demand contraction has been to an extent of 40% in the last 2.5 months because it being a price elastic and a luxury commodity as of now. But as the shops open, as we go back to work, we again see back the demand falling back to its original level. But yes, we do expect about 20-25% of contraction in demand at least till December. As we go back to marriages, people start investing into marriages. Then it becomes easier for us to get into the almond business. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to add one thing over here, Ravi. You see, almonds today are in the range of 525 almond kernels, I mean, because that is the end product, 525 to 550 rupees a kg. Whereas W320 cashews, which are normally consumed, are in the range of 675 to 700 rupees a kg. So people will switch to almonds because that's a more healthy food. And people from our culture and the way we go back would prefer to eat almonds than to eat cashews. So that cashew consumption will switch to almonds. So that will take care of the lack of consumption in marriages and festivals. That health benefit analysis will take care of about 15-20% of the consumption.
Yeah, very right. Very rightly put, Raju. I think price will help back. And the new crop, which is expected to be about 2.9 billion pounds of new crop, which is over a million tons of crop, will surely help the lower prices that would offset the demand destruction. And I fully agree with you. And I think the wonderful job what the Almond Board has done in promoting the health benefits over the cashews will surely help in regaining the demand destruction what we have seen in the last couple of months. I fully agree with you. Deepak, anything you want to add on to this thing? I think it's out. Pinakin, any other question? Or
yeah, one last. We can take this last question. Weight of the bag from Mr. Anand Jaju. So the weight of the bag is 22.68 kgs and the contract size is minimum 1000 kgs. How will the participants take or give the deliveries?
We have a 2%, I'll take it. We have a 2% variance on the delivery which can be taken or given. So I think that will more than enough take care of that variance. So, a 1000 kg contract can be delivered or taken 980 or 1020. So, I mean, ये 2% का variance will be taken care there.
Absolutely right. So
I think we need to have one session with the industry. I think I have understood this probably in 2-3 days time, where we again need to revisit the contractual obligations just for an understanding. And before we get to the launch, this would help. This would actually help to strengthen the contract and participation. So I would request BSC if they can have an interactive session with the industry leaders, at least to understand and help to wave off all the questions, in their mind. Probably, so you think about this, and we can go ahead with the session before the launch. If there are any shortcomings in the contract, and if there are any questions we need to satisfy to the trading community, that will help us, in a long way.
Surely we'll have such sessions.
By 1 minute.
हाँ रुपेश जी।
यार रवि जी, अपना ये फाइनल जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का जो डिलीवरी सिस्टम ना, वो सब जो फाइनल हो जाएगा, उसके बाद में हम डेफिनेटली वी विल डू वन इंटरेक्टिव सेक्शन ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलरली। सो जो जब भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लॉन्च हो जाए तो एकदम स्मूथ डिलीवरी ना वो सब मैकेनिज्म चालू हो जाए।
Correct. So I would request the entire participants, whatever questions they have, they can address it to Meera. Meera, if you could share your email ID, and you can collate
Sure,
all
sir.
those questions, and this would help us to answer all the questions to satisfy the trading community, and also these questions would help us to formulate a better contract if there are any anomalies left between our understanding.
Sure.
So for the betterment of everyone, can everyone note the email ID of Meera? Meera, can you please give your email address?
Meera, should I put Meera.Krishnan,
Spell it.
MEERA .Krishnan, KRISHNAN, at bscindia.com.
BSc India is one word.
Yeah, if anybody has any problem, they can WhatsApp to me, and I can forward it to Meera on the WhatsApp group what we have of the core committee.
So with this, we come to the end of the session. My first of sincere thanks to all the panelists, Deepak ji, Ravindra ji, Raju ji Bhatia ji, Raju ji Bhatia, Mr. Sudarshan Mazumdar, Rupesh ji, and apologies on behalf of my senior Chief Business Officer, Mr. Samir Patil, for not being able to make it because of a last moment surgery that came up for him. So he could not make up for this event. So sincere apologies on behalf of him. And I'm thankful, sincerely thankful to all the participants from India and from USA for joining us for the session and making it a grand success. Forward to meet you all again for on more such occasions and more such webinars. I sincerely thank all of you for being today with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Rajuji, for your kind.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
$700